Sandstorm, likely the favorite of this one. He's got so much momentum on his side. My question for you is, who do you think he's going to be playing? Is he going to be starting off with the Mordex, or are we going to be seeing that Lin Fei, maybe the Zol come out?
I think we will probably see the Fei. I think we're going to see the Lin Fei come out.
You like the Lin Fei?
He was playing the Lin Fei a little bit at CEO, and he swapped off of it at CEO when he went up against Wrench because he didn't want to do the Qatar dittos. We saw him not do that yesterday. We saw him pick up the Lin Fei and go into the Qatar dittos.
Okay. On the other side, LDZ, the person you see on your screen right now, he's got quite a large character pool that we've seen so far. Lately, we've kind of expect him to be going in with that Nimue, that crossover for Dusk, but he's shown he's got a Diana, he's got an Ada, he's got more in the tank that could work out in his favor, but you did hear the Howl. That's going to be a Mordex lock-in for Sandstorm.
That was the character that took him to his first world championship. That is kind of the character that put him on the map, made everyone pay attention to the name Sandstorm. And the skin he plays has the little covering over the mouth, and it's very apt because you can see on the screen the little bit of the shade of the monitor obscures his mouth as well. I wonder if that's perfectly placed by him.
It's intentional.
So he can feel Mordex in real life like he does in the game.
He wore a mask at CEO, so he can kind of represent that. Yeah, that's his thing. But we're going to get right on into game number 1 of LDZ and Sandstorm. LDZ going to be starting off with that Lord Vrax.
Now, like you said, this is top 6. This is on the winner's side of the bracket, best of 5. Of course, double elimination tournament here. So anybody in the winner's side of the bracket, Sandstorm, LDZ, Boomy, and Wilson, even if they lose their first set of the day, they still have another chance in the loser's bracket waiting for them. Wanting to take them out is going to be Noel and Ethan. LDZ is going to be starting to opening this up with Lance. Going to switch to the blasters. Nice gravity cancel downlight. Follows up with a side air. He's going to want to find that beautiful blaster spacing that I think very few people do as well as LDZ.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the original blasters players who really put it on the map.
My gosh.
Showed how talented he is with it. But Sandstorm, very talented at avoiding that final blow. That side air, was able to get back to that wall, reset his jumps. But he has to fight his way back onto the stage, gets close, but still not able to pick up a weapon, finally finds it, but LDZ launches him off stage.
Now you saw Sandstorm flashing red when he got hit. That means he is in kill damage. LDZ might be trying to find a heavy attack, a signature attack. He just tried to find one. Sandstorm's gonna take him off stage. He's not going to have enough to get back, and just like that, that is the power of Scythe. In the Brawlhalla community, we call it active input. Certain moves, you can send your opponent a certain direction, sometimes back to the stage to continue your combo, sometimes off of the stage to send them closer to that blast zone, but LDZ is going to immediately answer back with the Lance side air for the kill.
Yeah, that powerful kit of Sandstorm with the Scythe, with the gauntlets, he doesn't care as much about the damage buildup. Instead, he can just take you off stage and delete stats. And then, going up against this matchup of Lance, Lance is great on stage, but off stage it tends to struggle, and Sandstorm's going to try to take full advantage of it, forcing LDZ off stage, and no!
He's done. LDZ tried to completely disengage from that, go all the way under the stage, get the long charged recovery back to the right side wall to reset his jumps, but he didn't have enough in-air movement. He got caught.
Full stock behind now against Sandstorm, trying to get some damage built up, but really Sandstorm's just in the driver's seat.
Oh my gosh.
There's so much damage. LDZ is able to make it back to that wall safely, but still can't get back down to ground, has no control of the stage.
LDZ started off with the control, and ever since then, he's been on the back foot. He's been playing defensively, tried to go with the gravity cancel down signature. That would have killed Sandstorm, bring him onto his last stock, but Sandstorm's still alive. LDZ is going to fall just like that. A 2-stock going the way of the current world champion. Only 401 damage that Sandstorm needed to beat LDZ there. That's less than 150 damage per stock.
He got some very quick stocks.
That's so huge.
I'm looking back to that very first one. He took it quick, but we did talk about how LDZ does have a large character pool, and I heard the lock-in. It's going to be a Diana swap-up. I do respect the start of the Lord Vrax, though. Lance historically has a good matchup against Mordex, so I don't blame him for starting off with it, but he saw Sandstorm definitely learn that matchup, has adapted to it, and is kind of forcing LDZ to some other pocket picks.
Oh my gosh, opening up with some solid gauntlet damage. Already has LDZ in the orange. This bow play is going to, again, it's kind of like the blasters, he's going to want to keep Sandstorm at range a little bit, kind of poke with that downlight, and then follow up with some of those closer range moves, like the side light. Maybe if Sandstorm's approaching from the air, poke him out of the air with that 45-degree angle neutral light.
And Sandstorm, he's just completely controlling the stage. Every single time LDZ is fighting for that center stage, you see Sandstorm just shoving him one way or the other. Great dodge from LDZ to avoid that follow-up sidelight. He was looking for the knockout, but LDZ was able to avoid the setup for it.
Now, something really important about blasters compared to the bow here is you see the AoE blast, like you see the animation coming out. There is a dead zone. There's not an actual bullet that comes out of the gun. It's a pop far away from the gun. So there is a dead zone in the middle that if Sandstorm's able to get in, he's going to not be hit by those hitboxes. He's not going to take the damage there. He's going to be able to open up LDZ so well. He was able to take the first stock. Let's see if LDZ can answer back as quickly this game as he did in the beginning of last game.
Yeah, that specific dead zone is probably going to be one of the big reasons why Sandstorm's going to be playing the Gauntlets into this matchup, is because Gauntlets have a lot of opportunity to take advantage of those dead zones. But on the bow, not as many dead zones. LDZ able to knock Sandstorm away. Might get the stock. Yes, the recovery will do it.
Gun recovery has so much force on it. You can sometimes, if you catch your opponent high enough, you can regularly kill people in orange with that blaster recovery coming in with the bow play.
It also travels incredibly high, but like you're saying, LDZ on this bow right now against Sandstorm's Scythe, but Sandstorm, he just finds so many hits off one or two errant ones. He'll get so much extra.
Now, one thing that LDZ was super known for back in the day when he was the two-time world champion, he's always been the two-time world champion, but back in the day, his bow play on the edge was so strong against so many different types of players and so many different types of weapons. Something that Sandstorm is going to have a huge advantage here on is both of his weapons insane on the edge. His gimp potential with both Scythe and Gauntlets is incredible.
He has so many things that can just reverse bad situations. All of these different like reversal moves, the nairs on the Gauntlets, the active input on the Scythe. So great for that offstage. But LDZ finding some great momentum with the blasters, got a nice little 3-hit onto Sandstorm. Needs to maintain that pacing though if he wants to get back into this game number 2.
He's still in the yellow, not in any super dangerous territory just yet. Procking into the orange would start to be maybe this game slipping away from him. That dunk over on the edge would have been huge for Sandstorm. That would have put him into an amazing edgeguard situation. Moving over to the weapon, backdashing just a little bit, expecting something from LDZ. Maybe it was a side sig like we just saw.
I think both of them expected the other one to backdash away from each other, so they went for their long-reaching attacks, but instead they kind of crossed past each other and reached too far.
Trying to poke with those nairs. He can get so much priority. The range on Blaster Nair is amazing.
But can he get the knockout? Neutral air, not the strongest for getting those knockouts. Great for protecting yourself from above, great for getting damage and kind of juggling your opponent, but they can't finish a stock.
LDZ seems like he's struggling just like he did last game to get the second stock from Sandstorm. Sandstorm, the second stock hero so far. Coming in about 3.5 minutes into this game, gonna toss him straight up into the sky, right into that blast zone. That's 2-0 for Sandstorm in this best of 5. That's scary.
One more opportunity for LDZ, and you see him taking off the headset. Who's the coach going to be? It's Noel. This is big. Noel's also in the bracket in the lower side of top 6, so he's coming in to potentially coach someone to say, hey, I don't want to fight you later, so let me give you some advice.
Yeah, LDZ winning this is possibly better for Noel, but then Noel won't face Sandstorm immediately.
No.
Like, the loser of this will not go down to face Noel. The loser of this set actually goes down to fight Ethan. Then the winner of that set with Ethan then might fight Noel if he wins his first set of the day. So either one of these players could easily make the round to Noel based on what happens in this set. So it all depends on who Noel wants to face more, is whether or not you should listen to his coaching advice. Also, Noel's just, like, he's a good guy, so he's probably not going to actively sabotage someone.
No, he would not do that. He has a great mind for the game. I know he's put out a couple of guides on YouTube and things like that, and he just has a great mentality, and maybe something like that is just all that LDZ needs. Is just kind of like a, hey, keep it together, you got this, just kind of a little pep talk as he goes back to the Lord Vrax for the matchup advantage against Sandstorm.
He doesn't get the first weapon. Sandstorm's going to pick up that site. There is a weapon spawn, back-to-back neutral lights. LDZ's going to immediately disengage, doesn't try to push it any further so he can get that weapon and be tied in terms of both players having a weapon, not being at a weapon disadvantage unarmed into Scythe, because that is a scary matchup that you really don't want to play.
Scythe just has so many things that outrange those unarmed moves, which are so advantageous for it, and that's what LDZ is looking for right now, is that Lance finally finds the pickup, but can he get the momentum?
Sandstorm immediately taking him off stage. That's something that LDZ might struggle with off stage, is Lance off stage traditionally not very strong. We saw a lot of really good Lance play off stage coming out from Kostelix. It seems like his edge guarding with Lance really leveled up this tournament. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it all the way to top 6, but LDZ might struggle even more off stage because he's not going to have the bow that he's super comfortable with off stage.
That's kind of been his big off stage weapon, is that bow. Unfortunately for him, he's on this Lance and Blasters play. has the blasters in hand now. Sandstorm unarmed. LDZ going to try to take advantage of it. Yeah, just denying any sort of weapon. There's those weapon spawns, and it juggles between those two, and LDZ's just going to keep denying any of these pickups.
I think that's so effective. That's going to limit so many things that Sandstorm has. It's going to limit his range, his priority. It's going to limit his damage output per move. It's going to limit his kill potential as well.
And he really didn't throw out any unarmed attacks in that moment where he was unarmed. He was just kind of fighting for an opportunity to get it. But once he does have that weapon in hand, he's looking fully comfortable. Gets the knockout first. He's in the lead over LDZ.
He's going back to the Scythe. The weapon spawn coming in. It's going to be Lance versus Scythe. Almost picks up that gravity cancel down signature. Sandstorm had the wonderful dodge to get, not only using his iframes to get through it, but also moving himself out of the way with that directional air dodge.
Can he finish the stock though? Sandstorm did get the wall touch.
And that's kind of the popular Lance edge guard that you have to do without a ton of commitment, is throwing your weapon away. There's the D-Light Sair. He wasn't comfortable with trying to hit the D-Light recovery for the kill. Is he going to be able to wrap up this stock quickly? The sidelight gets spot dodged through Sandstorm, and LDZ over on the edge. Sandstorm trying to poke out reach for just a little bit more damage before he falls. Side air from the wrong side of the stage. LDZ still trying to find this kill.
This low strength on this frag, struggling to get it, finally hits it with the neutral signature to even up the stocks.
One good thing here that is in LDZ's favor is he didn't take a lot of damage.
No.
Even though it took him so long to get that stock, like that was a 2-minute and 20-second stock. That is so long. But in the process, I don't even think he's technically orange yet. That just turned him into orange.
Just now proccing. That's about like the 50% mark for him. Again, knocked off stage by Sandstorm. Here comes the active input into the side air.
That's that redirection, reaching out forward with the Nair. You can send them further in that kind of 45-degree direction that they were previously, or you can do what Sandstorm did, turn him around, send him over to that blast zone, which is the direction that he wanted to kill LDZ in.
Last stock for LDZ. Trying to start something with that downlight, but it's not finding the connection. Instead, going to be going for these Nairs. Lots of space control with that Nair, but it does not cover stacked, and Sandstorm taking advantage, staying right on top of LDZ.
Try to get the gravity cancel downlight. Sandstorm is just a little bit above it. You're seeing Sandstorm in the middle of the stage. Signature starting to come out. Goes for the sidelight. No follow-up. I guess he just wants to see where LDZ is going to dodge, because there is no true combo follow-up out of the sidelight. D-Light ground pound, tried to pick up the bounce for the recovery. He knew the D-Light raw into the recovery wasn't going to be the kill option. He didn't want to try the D-Light neutral heavy.
Yeah, just did not quite have him in that knockout percent, so instead went for more damage on top of LDZ. He does have an extra stock behind this one, so he's going to be coming in with a fresh one as LDZ. He's 1 or 2 good hits from being knocked out into the loser's side of the bracket. Sandstorm disarms with the unarmed neutral air. Now he's got the gauntlets down signature.
Oh, he's done.
Yep.
Now that was the first time LDZ took Sandstorm to last stock in that set, and that was still as far as he got. Like, that was a JV2. He got the stock, and that was it. That's Sandstorm showing why he is the current world champion. He said, even though I'm only one is greater than 2 here. 1 is greater than 2.
1 win is greater than being the 2-time world champion. Sandstorm still on that tear.
Yep, so far.
Might be going in to the top side. Well, he is going in. He's